What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I hope everyone's having a great day. Today we're talking about protection.
Nice.
And no, not that kind of protection. Today we're talking about protection on my MK8 GTI that we picked up just a few weeks back. And over those last few weeks, I have come to the conclusion that the paint on these MK8s and new Volkswagens in general seem to be pretty soft. In the first couple weeks, I ended up getting a few rock chips on the front end of the car. My wife has a 24 Jetta SEL as well. She's also had a few chips when she first got hers. So I want to protect this thing the best I can, so we ended up doing PPF on the front, the hood, front bumper, and headlights. And in this video, we'll be showcasing that and going over phase 2, which is going to be a full ceramic coating. Now, as far as the PPF goes, I did not do that myself. I know my limits, so I took it to a place to have it done. And like I said, we did the full hood, the front clip here, and the headlights. So I feel much more at ease driving this thing on the freeway back and forth to work, knowing that we have just a little bit more protection on the front end of the car. But as far as the rest of the vehicle goes, we are still unprotected, and that's where the ceramic coating is going to come into play. So let me show you what we're going to use today to coat the car, and at the end of the video you'll be able to see the results and decide for yourself if it's worth doing in your own garage. So let me show you the product we're going to use today. Now on the bench here we have multiple different products that we're going to be using on the car today, but the main ones here as far as the ceramic coating goes is going to be the Adams Graphene Advanced Ceramic Coating. This stuff I've used a few different times now. I did my 24 Mustang GT that we had on the channel. I've also done my wife's 24 Jetta. So we are gonna do the GTI in this today. Now to get the actual car ready for this process here, we don't really have to worry about the PPF areas anymore because the shop did a full paint correction underneath that, obviously, before they applied the PPF. But for the rest of the car, we have to kind of get that surface prepped. So yesterday, kind of prereq to this one, I ended up washing the entire car down with Clean Slate from Chemical Guys, which basically strips any wax off the vehicle, any sort of detail sprays, things like that, that could have been on the car from, you know, the dealership detailing it, things like that, any car washes over that period of time. So it basically just takes off any of those waxes. Then we decided to try out Adams clay bar here. This is their fine clay bar, and it worked very well. We used that with the detailing spray here, which was easy enough. I mean, I did clay the PPF even though it really didn't need it, and not much came off of it because it was just applied. Overall, the car was in pretty nice shape, being that it only has like 650 miles on it, but it did pull off some contaminants. Oh, I should say, before we did the clay bar, I actually used this product as well. We used the Adams iron remover to just pull out any little orange, iron deposits in the paint before we used the clay bar. Now I'll say there wasn't much in the paint being the car is so new again, but I decided to use this just in case. I did not use this though on the PPF because PPF can be a little sensitive to, harsher chemicals, which this is. So we used it on the rest of the car, not the PPF surface. But now that the car was, fully clay barred, we have a good surface to start with here. Now it's time to paint correct. For that, we're gonna be using the Adams polish. Pretty easy. We bought a whole kit here with the correct pad from them as well. Blue goes with their compound, white goes with the polish, and you can see the compound matches that as well. Super easy. And then we are using their Swirl Killer Mini SK Pro polisher. We're gonna try that out because, we're not gonna have to do the hood, we're not gonna have to do the front clip or the headlights, obviously. We just got the rest of the car. So I think this smaller polisher is gonna work well, being the GTI. Has some pretty small, intricate parts to it, and it's not a huge car. So with that being said, first step here is to start on a small surface here, and we will identify if we can get away with just a polishing pad on this car, or if we're gonna have to step it up with the compound and then go around with the polish as a second step. I'm hoping it's the first one. So unfortunately, we still have some scratching, some light squirrels on there. No, we have some light swirls on there. So we're gonna have to probably go with the compound, I'm guessing here. So let me try that, and we'll see if we have to go that route. All right, so after a little debate here, guys, I decided to go with a compound and a polishing stage. So I'm gonna do a two-step paint correction on this car. When I was testing out just the polish in this area, unfortunately, I still was seeing some swirl marks kind of, and it must have been from when the dealer took it through that wash, because I've been very careful since owning this car, only to hand wash it and use the proper equipment to do so. So, you know, it is what it is, but we will do the blue compound, and then we're gonna follow it back up with the white polish and the white pad, just to bring out that mirror finish. And then we'll be ready to ceramic coat it, and it's gonna look pretty darn good. So we'll put in a little effort now, and I think it'll pay off in the end here. So we're gonna do that. I'll be back with you once we're done. All right, guys, it is a new day. We are officially done with the polishing stage of this whole process. And now we can finally start applying the ceramic coating and finishing this project up. But let me show you where we are right this second. This is what the car now looks like here in the garage, which we still have to wipe it down with some of the surface prep here because we do still have the oils on the panels from the polishing stage. So yeah, we still have to do that, but then we can start applying the ceramic coating. And guys, the two-step paint correction was a lot of work, but I think it's totally worth it. Honestly, it came out really well, and I can't wait to get you guys some better shots in the light after we're done applying this coating. So, first things first, we have to, like I said, wipe down with the surface prep. We're gonna do that with a clean microfiber. This is an edgeless one, so we don't risk scratching anything. Then it's time to start applying the coating. We do have some applicator pads from Adams Polishes that we're gonna use. And this graphene ceramic coating actually has a UV tracer in it. So if we want, we can use the included UV light and see where we've been and if we've missed any spots. So that's pretty cool as well. So with all that being said, guys, let's start wiping down the panels here with the surface prep, and then we'll start applying the coating. And yeah, we're getting close to showing this thing off, and just having this whole car protected. It's gonna be so much easier to wash and keep clean after we're done with this. So let's do it. All right, now that we have successfully wiped down the car with the surface prep, we are ready to apply the coating itself. Now, when we apply this with the applicator pads here, we have to let it kind of flash. So what that means is that it'll start to like rainbow in color, and then as that rainbowing kind of dissipates, then that's when we start wiping it off. Now you can do that really with any super soft towel. I'm gonna level it down with just a suede towel here, which is similar to what they give you in the kit, but I used all of the Adams variant of that suede towel on my wife's car when I did hers last time. So then we're gonna come back with another super soft towel, obviously out of the plastic bag, and then we will level that off even more and wipe away the rest of the residue. So that's gonna be kind of the gist of what we're gonna be doing. I'm gonna go around the car and start applying that coating. And if you want to see more in-depth content of going through this kit, I did a very similar project on my Mustang GT. I'll link it up here for you guys, or up here, one of those areas. And if you want more information on applying the Adam Graphene Advanced ceramic coating, go check that one out. It might answer a couple of your questions. So with that being said, let's get to it, and then we can show it off at the end. Well guys, after hours of working on this project, I have officially came to the end. The car is fully ceramic coated and we are done. So now I just gotta let this thing cure for about 24 hours and then I think it's time for some glamour shots. So let's cue the montage now. Well guys, there you have it. The car is officially protected. We have front PPF, hood, bumper, and headlights. And then we have the entire car obviously coated in Adams graphene ceramic coating. And guys, the color, I don't know if it's coming through on video, but it is popping hard in the sun right now. And the texture of the paint, super slick. So I can't wait to start washing the car with, now that it's ceramic coated. It's gonna make it so much easier. And obviously just for me, knowing that we have that little extra bit of protection on the car for when we go through washes and obviously commuting to and from work and things like that, we got that front PPF installed as well. The only real way I can kind of show you the PPF is maybe in here. You can see the line of the PPF goes right under the headlight and then right, let's see if I can get you an angle there, right up under the grill. But other than that, they did a really good job, guys, on the application. It's not 100% perfect, but for me, it is good enough. And then with the ceramic on top of it, it really does pop. And like I said, I just know that we are protected and we have that little bit of extra peace of mind when we're driving the car here in traffic, behind, you know, trucks, things like that on the road, where rocks might be kind of an issue. But guys, the finish on this absolutely came out incredible, super slick to the touch and very glossy. You can see me there in the camera. So with all that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button for me, leave a comment down below. I'm interested to hear from you GTI owners, you Golf R owners. Do you have PPF on the front of your Golf R or GTI? I want to know. I decided to do it because I'm a little particular with paint chips, things like that. But let me know. Do you guys think that was worth the money or not? In the end here, guys, we are protected. So now we can start modifying this thing. And that's what I'm truly excited for. If you guys are excited as well, make sure you stick around, hit that subscribe button. We have a lot more fun content coming out with this little GTI. It's going to be a ripper, man. So you guys have a great day. We'll catch you in the next video. Bye.